Hello, everyone. This is Daniel Riley for Sports Talk. Thank you so much for tuning in. As of this writing, the Detroit Tigers are somewhere around 8.5 games out of first place in their division. This season fell well short of any sort of expectations in Detroit for anything vaguely resembling a playoff team, let alone a championship one. Forget the recent brawl that made headlines. This season went into the gutter long before then. Simply put, the Detroit Tigers season is over, and fans are wasting their time holding out hope for this year. All season, Tigers fans have heard of the Tigers' bullpen crisis and seen nothing done to improve the problem at all. In fact, a potential trade of Justin Verlander, whether he be past his prime or not, is a harbinger of more disastrous pitching performances to come for Detroit. There's obviously no sign the Tigers have another future All-Star to take the mound, let alone another Hall of Famer once he's gone. Or, for that matter, anyone capable of putting together a respectable showing for the rest of the year. It appears the Tigers' window of opportunity has slammed shut. They were in the World Series almost a decade ago, only to just fall off a cliff. It's embarrassing, it really is. What should have been a chance to win it all has become a cautionary tale of blown chances and missed opportunity. Once again, Detroit sports fans have been let down. Maybe it was the death of Mike Ilitch. Maybe it was guys on that team getting older. Whatever it was, it has led to one losing streak after another for the Tigers. It's time for the Ilitch family to clean house. Fire sale. Everything must go. The fact the Tigers are better than they were back in the 90s is just a cheap attempt to find something positive out of a failed campaign. Scratch that, multiple failures. Things look so bad, the Tigers might as well send their entire roster down to AAA ball the rest of the year and bring up the entire roster of the Toledo Mud Hens to finish out the season. Hey, that might actually be an improvement, come to think of it. I recall one story of said minor league team actually beating the Tigers in an exhibition game once. Patience is a virtue, not a necessity in pro baseball. It's why Cubs fans celebrated so hard after the Cubs won it all. The Tigers should be flat out grateful people are still coming out to games, and I applaud those that do. Come to think of it, the fans gutsy enough to still attend games are the only ones that deserve any applause here. They're loyal, good for them. Since the Tigers last won it all in 1984, even expansion teams have put together better squads. Try the Florida Marlins team that won a World Series. If that isn't enough reason for the likes of Brad Ausmus and the Ilitch family to panic, nothing is. They'd better be right now. Enough is enough. It's time to start over. If it's going to take a risk trading someone, the Tigers at least need to make sure that they can get a few first-round picks for said player. If not, forget it. Some serious changes, however, do need to be made. Start cutting and trading away the lesser-known players. It is indeed time to give up on much of the current roster. They're just not getting it done. They can't be expected to improve this year. It's just not happening. And start as soon as next year begins. The disappointments far outweigh the successes for the Tigers this past decade. Going for broke and restructuring 99% of the roster is the only way to go here. Fact is, the Tigers should have had a much better overall win-loss record the past 10 years than they did. With all those names, Verlander, Upton, etc., you'd have thought they'd have a few championships of some kind. Nope. I mentioned earlier, the only people who truly deserve applause are those gutsy enough to keep attending Tigers games at Comerica Park. Sooner or later, those same fans will stop attending games to try to send a message. After all, the city's football team was given the silent treatment before it was forced to act. Maybe that's what the Tigers need. If it's going to happen, so be it. At a time when the city of Detroit is still feeling some effects from the collapse of the auto industry, fans have every right to budget their money and cut down on Tigers tickets. For Tigers fans' sake, let's hope their team trades and cuts away as many irrelevant and backup players on their team in a money managing experiment of their own. This is Daniel Riley. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you all tune in to next week's episode.